Coming up on Mountain News at 6, police are still looking for a man in connection with a murder case in Floyd County. And the U.S. Economic Development Administration awards SOAR with approximately $40 million for regional economic development.
And we have a clean sweep on live pinpoint Doppler radar, and temperatures right now are in the upper 80s and low 90s. Now, how long will that trend continue? I'll have the answer in a few minutes.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 6.
One man is dead after a physical altercation in Floyd County. And as WYMT's RJ Johnson reports, the search continues for the man police say is responsible.
Officials with the Floyd County Sheriff's Office and Kentucky State Police are still looking for a man they say was involved in a physical altercation that left a Floyd County man dead. Officers responded to Kentucky 680 in the McDowell community for a call about a physical altercation. 53-year-old Patrick Shepard of McDowell was pronounced dead at the scene. KSP Post 9 PAO Trooper Michael Coleman says 41-year-old Michael Cawley left the scene before they arrived.
The information obtained, during the investigation was that he had fled the scene on foot. We don't have information that if he was able to obtain a vehicle or get into a vehicle with someone else. The area is so large that he could be anywhere. We're just asking everyone to keep an eye out and let us know if they were to run into him or see him.
Officers searched areas around the old McDowell Elementary School as well as nearby homes and reviewed some security tapes. Cawley is considered to be dangerous, so if you see him or have any information, you should call 911 or call KSP at the number at your screen at 606-433-7711. In Floyd County, RJ Johnson, WYMT Mountain News.
Cawley is 6 feet tall. He was last seen wearing a dark-colored jacket and dark-colored sweatpants with reflective athletic shoes. A 10-year-old is dead following a crash in Whitley County. State police were notified by Whitley 911 of the crash last night, which involved two vehicles on Interstate 75. 43-year-old Michael Stout was driving an SUV when he hit a moped. After being taken to Baptist Health Corbin, Darius Wade and a 10-year-old were then flown out to UK Hospital. The 10-year-old died from injuries sustained in the crash and was pronounced dead by officials with the Fayette County Coroner's Office. We now know the names of two people found dead in a hospital parking lot in Corbin. 39-year-old Michael Salisbury and 35-year-old Shonda Parker, both of Knox County, were found with a single gunshot wound in each of their heads. Officers with Corbin PD say it is suspected to be a murder-suicide situation. That death investigation began after police were called out to Baptist Health Corbin late Friday night. One person is dead after an ATV crash in Southwest Virginia. Officers with Virginia State Police responded to the crash, which happened in Dickinson County on Friday. It was on Route 697. 44-year-old Kenny Collin Jr. of Abington was driving when his ATV went off the road and hit a tree. Collin died at the scene. A woman is dead after she was hit by a car in Powell County. State police say 87-year-old Lorena Ruth Fugit was in the roadway when she was hit by a truck yesterday. Fugit was pronounced dead by the Powell County coroner. The truck was driven by 27-year-old Christopher Spencer. Crews have recovered the body of a Pulaski County man in Lake Cumberland. 53-year-old Sonny Ursom was boating with his family when officials say he fell off a boat and into the water. The incident happened yesterday afternoon in the Woodson Bend area of the lake. Multiple crews from Pulaski and Russell counties searched for him, and his body was recovered in about 100 feet of water this afternoon. Sonar and robotic equipment was instrumental in making the recovery.
Technology has come a long way. They can take a towfish at a sonar and go along the bottom and take pictures. We have pictures of him on the bottom. It's that plain.
Ursum's son says his father loved his family dearly and worked hard for them, and that he will be remembered as an honest man who took pride in his country, community, and his last name.
Well, we started the week with mainly sunny skies, and temperatures today were in the upper 80s and low 90s, and that's where we are right now at the 6 o'clock hour. 90 in Hazard, 89 Manchester, 90 in Somerset, Lexington, Louisville, 92 degrees, 88 in Pikeville, 87 in Clintwood, 82 is the current temperature in Wise. But this is what it feels like out there. Mid-90s from Manchester to Somerset, down to Middlesboro, Williamsburg, 92, 83 in Wise, 90 in Pikeville, 95 in Ashland, Lexington, and Louisville. How about 98 and 97 respectively? All is quiet on live pinpoint Doppler radar. This will get a break for your Tuesday. A small rain chance is not out of the question starting on Wednesday, but the majority of us won't even see it. Next 12 hours keeps temperatures in the upper 80s by the 7 o'clock hour. By the time you join us tonight at 11, we'll hover right around 78. Then we'll see temperatures in the upper 60s and low 70s by 7 a.m. But when you wake up in the morning, we'll see temperatures in the mid to upper 60s. I'll have your first alert forecast and a look at now Tropical Storm Debbie coming up in a few minutes. Steve.
Eric, thank you. We're expected to learn soon who Vice President Kamala Harris's running mate will be. CBS News reported last week that an announcement could come today, although some are saying now it more likely tomorrow morning. Harris is expected to appear with the selected candidate at a campaign event tomorrow. Of course, all eyes are on Governor Andy Beshear here in Kentucky, in addition to Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, Arizona Senator Mark Kelly, Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro, and Secretary of Transportation Pete Buttigieg. Those are supposedly the finalists. A new report from the London Times in England says former Kentucky Governor Matt Bevin sent one of his adopted children to an abusive boarding school in Jamaica. Bevin sent his son Noah to a facility in Florida after losing in 2019 to Governor Beshear. Last year, Noah went to Jamaica's Atlantic Leadership Academy. 5 of the school's employees were arrested in April for child cruelty and assault. Back in 2017, Bevin hosted a forum asking state leaders to rethink the foster care system in Kentucky.
But I want to challenge you and everybody in the judicial system to rethink why, for example, we bend over backwards too often to restore children back into a situation that is bad for them. I don't care if the person in that home is related to them or not. And we have got to rethink this.
After that forum, the Bevins, who have since divorced, spoke to our sister station at length about foster care and adoption in Kentucky, calling it tough to navigate. That's why the couple said they decided to adopt their children from a different country. Some believe a big funding announcement today will greatly impact the economic status of Eastern Kentucky. WYMT's Madison Carmouche tells us why the region was selected for these funds.
The United States Economic Development Administration recognized a plan created by Shaping Our Appalachian Region, better known as SOAR, as a recipient of approximately $40 million. The Eastern Kentucky Runway Recompete program was created by SOAR as a way to combat the changes in the region as the coal industry continually diminishes. The program will not only benefit former coal workers, but people in recovery as well in a 12-county region. Congressman Hal Rogers released a statement saying in part, quote, "As we continue rebounding from the devastating decline of the coal industry, this investment will better prepare our workforce for the healthcare, energy, and tech sectors without leaving their hometowns in the mountains. Our communities have ramped up transportation and infrastructure to prepare for new businesses, and this grant will bridge the gaps for our workforce as well," end quote. Officials with the Distressed Area Recompete pilot program selected 6 plans nationwide to be funded. Each of the programs lists specific ways it will use funding to better its state or region. Now, officials say there will be more announcements made as the plan continues to take shape, but for now, in Pikeville, Madison Carmouche, WYMT Mountain News.
The funding will be used to help people who are considered prime-aged, or 24 to 54, receive training which will help them take advantage of new job opportunities. Governor Andy Beshear provided a statement about the $40 million investment, which will connect Eastern Kentuckians to resources and training for good jobs. Here's part of what he had to say, quote, "The people of Eastern Kentucky mined the coal that powered our country through 2 world wars and helped build the strongest middle class the world has ever seen. We are grateful to the Biden-Harris administration for prioritizing investment in our region and our people. Family, friends, and law enforcement officials came together in Perry County today for a highway dedication. The Donald Loren Doc Holliday Memorial Highway sign is now up in the Lots Creek community. Holliday died nearly 5 years ago in a crash on the Hal Rogers Parkway. He was a retired state trooper and worked for several other agencies during his career. The crash happened the day before his 44th birthday. His son Bennett unveiled the sign today.
All right, here's a look at the weather headlines for tonight. We can sum it up in 3 words for the next couple of days. Hot, hot, hot. Triple-digit heat indices not out of the question, especially tomorrow. And there's a smidge of a rain chance. We'll talk all about that coming up in the First Alert forecast in a few minutes.
And we'll tell you about a new campaign putting a focus on the power of food.